You're watching Good Business San Diego.
Welcome back. The following segment is brought to you by Good for Others Foundation, and today we welcome John Valencia. He is the president and CEO of Good for Others Foundation, which creates pathways to jobs for people in underserved communities through free training programs, employer partnerships, and nonprofit collaboration. The emphasis of Good for Others Foundation is breaking barriers, building careers, and strengthening communities. John's here with more details on the work they do and their annual conference, which is coming up next month. So John, I don't think that people realize how big the nonprofit sector is as a part of the workforce community in general, but it's a significant number, isn't it?
Absolutely. So there are 13,000 nonprofits here in San Diego.
Wow.
Nobody knows that. That's a lot.
That's amazing.
And over 107,000 workers just in San Diego doing really great magical work for the nonprofit sector, which basically about 10% of the workforce are dedicated to the nonprofit sector.
So what are some kind of the challenges that, especially with that number, what are the challenges that the nonprofits are facing right now?
Well, right now with government issues, lack of funding, it really spirals into a situation where these nonprofits are struggling to keep their doors open, do all sorts of different things. So Good for Others is here to help do some of the operational stuff, provide meaningful work to get people trained to do this, and for free, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to, people not being able to find jobs, we were able to get people into training programs to actually support this, to fill these roles.
Yeah, I mean, the funding being such a major part of it and such a big story last year. So are we starting to stabilize a little bit? How's it impacting the operations as it relates to the nonprofits and how it is that they're serving people in the community?
Yeah, I think, one, we know that about 40% of San Diegans are thinking of leaving San Diego in the next 3 to 5 years. So if you think about that for the 107,000 workers, that's a big amount of people that are going to be leaving our industry.
For sure.
So we need to train people who have the technical skills and the soft skills ready to do this work.
So the services are being affected to a certain extent, but you're trying to keep pace, as all nonprofits have to do, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. And if you imagine if there's funding runs out, right, people are having less access to resources, families are suffering, communities suffer. So it really is impacting us.
So I know you've got this conference coming up next month. We're going to talk about that. So how have nonprofits been left out of the discussion historically regarding workplace effectiveness?
I think there's a myth that nonprofits, we only exist because of passion, but we are, I think in a lot of ways, a Band-Aid to services that aren't being provided. And so without those services, they would go away. Who would do the work? And so I think all of these 107,000 workers, right, are doing really cool stuff. So we need to make sure that we're continuing to focus and provide resources to people to support these nonprofits, bring nonprofits together, philanthropists together, and continue to do this work despite what might be happening in the world.
And this is all part of the agenda for the Together for Good conference, which you see on screen coming up on March 10th. Right?
Absolutely. So all nonprofits, we're excited to offer any level of nonprofit workers to come together, to focus, to build community, to break down boundaries and barriers, and really kind of coalesce in a way that we can go after some philanthropic dollars together as a group.
So the takeaway here is nonprofits are businesses too. It's the workforce crisis that no one is talking about.
Exactly right.
And that's what you're here to talk about. That's what the conference is designed for, right?
Yeah, we're excited to bring some philanthropists together, some nonprofit workers, empower them to continue to do the great work that they're doing, and think big and bring innovation. There's AI coming. Like, what can we do that really is going to help motivate and strengthen the nonprofit sector to unify and go after resources to support the communities we serve? It's
an ongoing challenge for you. Despite the obstacles, you're working to overcome all that's in your way.
That's right, every day.
Make it work every day.
Every day.
Okay. John, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Me.
And more information about what they're doing online at the website goodforothers.org. That's goodforothers.org. And that's going to do it for Good Business San Diego today. Content segments during the show were paid for by Wilsey Asset Management, by Cox Communications, by Finance of America, and by Good for Others Foundation. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 10:30 on Good Business San Diego.
This has been Good Business San Diego, sponsored by Wilsey Asset Management.